Hey y'all, it's BJ Wanland, finally back and talking about Too Many Games 2019's pickups. These were the badges we got this year for the 3-day pass, and this is the only thing I'll say negative about the show this entire time. This badge design is lazy. Unlike this, which is my mini boss shirt from about 2 years ago, maybe 3, this doesn't cut it. If you charge $20 more for the mini boss and they're exactly the same design like you saw in JLF81's video, I wouldn't pay that much. So it's either going to be the regular or the final. They really should consider these 3 days and the mini bosses the same package, basically, because all you get is the shirt and this badge, and that's it. That's just my opinion, though. I can take this off now. Okay, so, other than that, let's see what we got as far as pickups go. Alright, now, the first 2 people I met at Too Many Games 2019 this year were JLF81, amazingly nice lady. She is just amazingly cool and positive, and she's inspired me to make more. So you'll be seeing a lot more from me in the future. And I also met Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, and this is actually a dust sleeve from Video Game Dust Sleeves. She signed it, but I'm going to tell you right now, I have no idea what this dust sleeve goes to. You can put something in the comments. Just tell me what this thing goes to, please. Thanks. Alright. Now, we have... Okay. Actually, I should probably do this. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reaching over to grab stuff. Now, John Riggs was there this year. I'm going to mention him again in a second here. But John Riggs was there this year, and it's the only game I bought from him. And this is the first game ever featured on a show called Game Center CX. And it's Atlantis No Nazo. Or if we had gotten it over here, it would have been called Mystery of Atlantis. So, yeah. So, Atlantis No Nazo, a Sunsoft game, one of the early Sunsoft Famicom games. This is really, really cool. I'm glad to have this in the collection. I have a couple of Famicom games already. This is awesome. I can't wait to give this a shot. Alrighty. Over there you go. Okay. The reason I said I'd mention John Riggs in a minute here is because I got another NES game, but this NES game I'm going to have to invest in a new label, a new cartridge shell, and that is Tecmo Super Bowl. As you can clearly tell, the label up here is dinged a bit, and the plastic here, around here, is cracked. So this particular cartridge shell is going to be a goner once I get the game bit, once I get the labels right, and once I get the game bits and the labels and the cartridge shells. That's pretty much all, folks, for this. Now, the only other NES game, regular NES game I got, actually has a story behind it, because Hyperkin, the makers of the Retron 3, Retron 5, the Retron series of clone consoles you can play in your television, they were there this year, and they were showing off their Hyper Blaster HD. Hopefully I can get a free copy of, pre-product version of it for review, but I actually found this in the Forgotten Freshness Classic Gaming bargain bins, and that is Mario Duck Hunt World Class Track Meet. Now, World Class Track Meet has a very unique history in that World Class Track Meet is actually stadium events. Yes, the Stadium Events, that is the rarest NES game ever, is also World Class Track Meet. So, essentially, I can consider my collection complete once I get some of the rarer games, even in repro form, like Little Samson, Flintstones, Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, etc., etc. I only got this for $3. Yeah, these Mario Duck Hunt pack-in games for the Nintendo Entertainment System were really, really, really common, so they're also very cheap. So if you can survive, not having stadium events and world-class track meet, this would be the perfect pickup for you. Alright, 1 second. Alright. Now, Mike and Katie of the Mike and Katie Show here on YouTube were there this year at TooManyGames, and they had a booth, and they had a deal for Super Famicom games. So I actually got 4 of them, gave one away because it was a very Japanese text-heavy game called Winning Post, and I can't read Japanese to save my life. But I've been able to look these games up, and I'll be able to tell you what these games actually are. Yes! You can actually do this. I'll show you how this works in a second here. I'm going to show you I'm going to see if I can pull this up. Dang it, I wish I had it ready. And this is Ranma 1/2 Chonai Geki Tohen. And you can tell this SHVC, the SHVC is going to be how you can look these Japanese Super Famicom games up and be able to say, hey, what game is this? So, and you don't have to read Japanese. Now, this game is interesting. This game came over here, but not as a Ranma 1/2 game. It came over here as Street Combat for Super Nintendo. But without the Ranma 1/2 characters. So, I think I got the better version of that game with this Ranma 1/2 game. Sorry, guys. Now, this one that I'm about to show you is really, really fascinating. And that is GQ Powerful Pro Yakyu 94. For those of you who are unaware, this is the very first game in the GQ Powerful Pro Yakyu or Power Pros series ever. This is the very first one of those. So this is going to be really fun to check out at some point. And last in the Super Famicom games I got from Mike and Katie, and that is Super Famista 2. Another Japanese baseball game. I am a lifelong baseball fan, and Japanese baseball is kind of one of my blind spots, which I'm hoping to correct here shortly. Super Famista 2, if it had come over here, it would have been Super RBI Baseball 2, because Famista, or Family Stadium, is actually the RBI baseball games that came over here under Tengen. So, 6 in one, half dozen in the other. Alright. Here we go. This is the little booklet that came with TooManyGames when you came into TooManyGames this year. So, it's got a few nice things. Got some maps that are super not helpful. Some scheduling. I'm going to be honest with you. Scheduling wasn't great this year, but I'm not going to say anything more negative like I promised. So, oh yeah, I got to remember to get over to that place in Lancaster. Okay, great. Cool. Alright, so, yeah. There's a nice little ad for just press play in Lancaster. I should try to get over there. Alright. Now, Limited Run Games actually came to the TooManyGames show this year. And I'm going to be honest with you, I wish I had gotten a chance to get my hands on the Star Wars games they had on display recently, but this is as close as I'm going to get to a really awesome LRG pickup, and that is Night Trap for the Nintendo Switch. And you'll notice something here, and that is this is actually kind of like a Sega CD-ish vibe. That's kind of what I wanted to go for in the first place. So, Night Trap, yes, with the late data Plato and from Different Strokes, and I'm going to be really interested to check this out again. Eventually, I'm going to try to check this out. So there's that. All right, and I have a few other things. All right, I got to remember to keep this around. Megavisions was there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they made a typo. That's probably supposed to be 9719, which is the very nearly the 20th anniversary of when the Sega Dreamcast launched on 9/9/99. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see if they actually made a typo or something. I'm gonna keep an eye on Megavisions for that because they're really nice people. And I think I actually had this before, but I got one of these old school, like, one-up card type deals. We'll see. I haven't even tried dealing with those other games yet. Alright, oh my god, I've got so much stuff to go through here. Okay. Now, the next bits I have are all freebies, thankfully. And this is actually a charity I really want to support with a charity stream at some point. It's OSD, or Operation Supply Drop. It provides video games and other things to veterans. They help veterans transition back to civilian life after they've served our country. They send video games and other supplies overseas to those people who are still stationed overseas. They're an awesome organization. I want to support them. So eventually I'll do a stream for Operation Supply Drop. Oh, I have a bunch of Operation Supply Drop stuff out all of a sudden. Whoops. Yeah, I gotta make sure I do a few things here. Alright, I should have been more organized. Okay. Yeah, that's more Operation Supply Drop. Okay. Let's see, any more OSDs? Yeah, there's a bunch of OSD. Oh dearie. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, yes, I remember that now. Yes, okay. Now, TooManyGames is kind of like a MagFest light, as far as I can tell, because, yeah, MagFest themselves were there, talking about their upcoming MagFest events, etc., etc. But this is kind of a MagFest light. Why? Because they also do music events here. And then this year, I kind of didn't take in that many of the concerts. But the one I did take in was awesome. And that was Super Thrash Brothers. And the next day I got Master of Buttons, their very first album. It had just come out the day before. So this was their big coming out party for this. I have to tell you, they knocked us out of the park. 100%. So if you like video game music in sort of like a metal-y sort of thing, you're going to love this. Full stop. Stop what you're doing. Go get this now. Alrighty. Let me put that there. Okay. Now, there's actually a cosplayer there. I'm going to see, I don't know if I can I might put this at the end of my video, but Arcade Jade was doing this banjo cosplay on the second day, and she had this absolutely adorable custom Jinjo plushie. I'm going to see if I can put that at the end of this video, because that was just super awesome. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Hopefully I can. YouTube seems to be pretty good Oh, yeah. Let's see. Alright, let's see if I've got something I can use, show off that's smaller. Yes, I do. Okay, goody. Alright. There was actually a really robust indie game showcase this year. And one of the more interesting participants in the indie game showcase this year was Retrosoft Studios. They're making this game called Retro Mania Wrestling. It's kind of like the Technos WWF WrestleFest. I have never played it, but I'm going to try to get my hands on a copy and emulate it and play it, because what I played of this was so awesome. It's exactly what I want in that kind of a thing. It's like kind of like a Fire Pro wrestling meets Mortal Kombat-y sort of thing. There's a timing aspect to it. They are going to knock this out of the park once this actually shows up on Steam or wherever. Okay, let's see. Here's more of the Megavisions. Oh yes, I'm going to have to keep a few of these things out so I can actually follow up with them, including that guy. Forgotten Freshness. This is the Forgotten Freshness business card. This is way awesome. I'm going to have to, at some point, I want a business card just like this, even though I'm not going to be in the classic gaming space. Alright. Here's the Super Thrash Brothers business card. This is, I mean, seriously, these guys just knocked it out of the park. Unbelievable. They put on a heck of a live show. And then, I think, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and pull some stuff so I can actually show the bag. Yes, we're going to be showing stuff. Oh, yes. Okay, almost done. Almost done with these pickups. There's not many. So, Old School Gamer Magazine was there this year. They had a bigger presence last year with the Retro World Series. And this year, they didn't have much of a booth. They shared one with Video Games Monthly. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not sure. These prices are just like, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. Even if it's like for a couple of months, I'm just like, I just don't want to push it. So, but they have a special GamerCon issue of Old School Gamer Magazine where they've got like some interviews, some various things like some of these game shell kits, the alpha cades, all kinds of different things, sports games, Happy Meal tie-ins. I mean, the list goes on. This is really, really awesome. If they have it on the Old School Gamer Magazine app, you really owe it to yourself to pick this up and read it. It's great. And yeah, I think that's actually it, except for, well, this thing is kind of like a bag, mostly. This is what I've been getting reaching down and grabbing stuff out of for this pickups video. And that is this TooManyGames shopping bag. Yes, I get a reusable. They're like $5. I mean, this is the coolest thing ever. I have so many of these reusable shopping bags, it's not even funny. But at the same token, these are so awesome. They are so helpful, so useful. And they were very useful holding all the stuff that I was showing off, and it took me about a month to get this video done. So, let's talk a little bit about what I want to do going forward here. And that is, you're not going to be seeing my face that often. I'm sorry, I have big lips. I want to be able to do stuff on emulators at the moment, because I don't have the thing where I can hook my Switch into an HDMI port and then hook that thing into my computer, and there's a whole thing with it that I don't want to screw around with right now. especially because they're pretty expensive, and I'm kind of in the mode of I want to be able to get some help with getting the equipment, because I don't have the equipment right now to actually showcase games on original hardware. I would have to emulate them where possible. So, as I'm kind of in an emulating mood, or in a mode, that's going to severely limit what I can show off. And I'm hoping that I can get, an Elgato. I can get the Elgato people to help send me some stuff, because, this isn't great either. It kind of shows off how messy I am, and I don't want to mess with that. So, at some point, I'm going to get Elgato to send me some stuff, like the green screen and the game captures and all that stuff. So, eventually I'll get that going on, but at the moment, moving forward, I'm going to try to do streams. I'm going to try to do, like, showing off emulators and other type things I can do. So that's the goal moving forward. I'm going to try to do it every week, but don't count on it, because I'm looking for full-time employment as well. So that's also going to put a damper on what I can do moving forward. So I'm going to try to do more content. I'm going to try to continue, unboxings, reviews, etc. I'm going to try to do all that stuff, but without the hashtag free product, I'm kind of up a creek without a paddle, so to speak. So, that being said, this has been BJ Wanland and my TooManyGames 2019 pickups. And hopefully, you guys, whatever games you play, may they be lively and good. See you later.